What's good? It's your boy Chevy. We are back with another video. What we got is a banger popping for you guys today. I have to get an oil change done on my car. It's been a minute. It says it's about 600 miles left till the next oil change. So that's telling me right now that the previous owner did not change the oil every 5,000 miles. So that's what my plan is, to do with the whip. Let me know if that's right in the comment section or not below. But you know, we got the stage 1 tune on it now. So I want to stay up to date on this maintenance a lot sooner than what previously or the dealership or the manufacturer recommends. So what I got to do now is get an oil change done. So let me show you what I'm working with here. So straight out of FCP Euro, I ordered up their liquid moly kit. So I got the 0W20. I'm honestly thinking about switching over to maybe like a 5W something eventually, but right now I just need to get an oil change done. So I got their kit along with the oil filter, and I got the 32mm socket from them as well. This is what it came on, and this is that socket in order to get the oil filter off. So first thing first, what I gotta do is I gotta jack up the car so that way I can get underneath there so I can be able to drain the oil, find my buckets, everything like that, and then I'll touch base with you guys as soon as I do that. All right, so I got these little pucks from Burger Motorsports, and what they do is they just go on top of the jack, and then they go sit right inside of these guys over here that are underneath your car for your jack pads. Let's get underneath here so you guys can see. So each of your jack pads look like this. This slides right into there. So that way your jack has a nice even surface to be able to lift the car on. So that's what I'm gonna do now so I can jack it up. All right, squad, so the car's all jacked up now. So you can see we sitting on some jack stands. I just put this one here. That's not actually touching anything. It's just a safety one in case something were to fail. It'll catch me on the control arm, give me some more time if I had to get out of there. You can see on this side, I got a jack stand over there. Coming around to the other side, one more jack stand over here. So that's all jacked up now. So now what I'm gonna do is take off the oil cap. Boom, that's off. And the rule someone always taught me a long time ago is you take the oil cap and you put it here, right where you got the hood latch at. So that way you can't shut the hood without putting your oil cap back on. Super trick that I learned a long time ago. All right. So now underneath the vehicle, and yeah, I got the jack there too, just in case to catch something, you know what I mean, in case something were to go wrong or something like that. But I know some of the B58s have a little oil flap, but what mine is this right underneath here. That's my oil drain plug. So what I got to do is just get a 17mm and crack that loose. And let me grab the oil drain bucket and we can do that now. Getting underneath here, got the 17mm. Gonna go right on top of that socket and then crack it loose. Now that's loosened up, I'll go ahead and twist it off. Always apply a little pressure to the back of it so that way when it comes off you can still hold it and it doesn't just rush out on you. Also, as everyone should know, there you go. You still got the socket in your hand with the washer on there. Perfect. I'll let that drain into this bucket here. Just like that. This bucket I like because you can just sit your socket up here and it'll just stay there for you when you're ready for it. So let's just let that drain. And while that's draining, now we're going to work our way up top. And now we got to get the oil filter out. So the oil filter, you guys can see it, is right here. You see that little socket there? So that's what the 32mm I got is for, and I'm gonna grab my tools for that. So I got the 32mm socket here on a short extension on my little swivel wrench I have. So let's go ahead and get this guy on here. Now the reason you take the oil cap off and you take the oil filter out while it's draining is so it can drain a little bit smoother, freer with that airflow. Just make sure you're not in any like super dusty areas when you're doing this. So like you guys out in Arizona, there's a windstorm or something, don't be trying to do it outside. It'll be dangerous to your engine. Get to the nice loose spot. Set this up over here. Should be able to twist it out with our hands now. Perfect. I got it loose now. I'm gonna go grab a rag so that way I can put it underneath there. Perfect. Reaching down in there, grab it, pull it out. Perfect. Just like that, oil filter is out. Let's work our way to the bench. All right, gang, now that we're over here at the bench, what to do, you take the oil filter out of this guy. Boom, pop that out of there. Looks like the small side goes on the bottom, sort of sits down in there. Boom, like that. Let's get that off of there. Gotta take this O-ring off of here as well. And grab a little pick tool. Boom, so that comes off. Grab our new kit, open it up. Comes with the new filter. New washer. New washer for the drain plug, and then also a new oil filter ring or seal. And grab our oil filter ring or seal. I'm just gonna sit this on here. And sort of how I work this on there is I sit it on there and you just work your way around. Just take your time here. Most oil leaks happen because people don't put these on the correct way. So just take your time. So once I get it on there and it's sitting on there just a bit, what I do is I work my finger around, just using my nail. So that way you just slide it and it sort of pops in place. Just like that. So you can see it's in place now where it needs to go. Let's grab our oil filter. And remember, the small side of the oil filter goes on the bottom. You can hear it sort of pop in place now. So it's in there now. And then what we got to do is get some fresh oil. We're just going to pour that over this line here for the seal. So that way we can get that ready to go. I'm just going to open up one of these little guys here that came with the kit. Just like that. I'm going to get my finger in there. Boom. So you can see the oil is on my finger now. Let's move this over to here. Let's grab our filter. You're just going to rub that in there. This is so it can just sort of slide in place real nice and easy. Boom. Perfect. Nice and lubed up, ready to go. Back into the whip. I'm actually going to put a little bit on this top little O-ring here as well. Just in case. Perfect. Perfect. Now let's work our way back over to the car. Now we're back over at the car. Got the filter in hand, fresh pair of gloves on, and we're just going to slide it down back into place. Just take your time here. Hand thread it in here. Boom. Put our socket back on there. That way we can tighten it down. Right up until it's snug, and then you stop. And we're going to torque that guy down. Alright, so the torque spec on this guy, 18.5 foot-pounds, or like 25 Newton meters. Just make sure it's sitting flush on there. Perfect. Alright, so that's all tightened down, and what I always do is take a flashlight and then view down in there just to make sure. And what I'm looking for is to make sure that I don't see the ring poking out on any side of it. Let me show you guys. That's the oil filter that I just took out of there. And you can see it's looking pretty good. Alrighty. Man, your boy is sweating. Alright, now that we finished that up, the oil filter is changed out. We got to move our way to the bottom. Put the new drain plug washer on there. Tighten that up. That's also going to be 18.5 foot-pounds or 25 Newton meters. We're going to torque that guy down. And then we should be able to fill this up with oil. Check the levels. Alright guys, you can see it's at a slow drip now. That means everything is drained out of this bad boy. In my hand I have the new washer. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my drain plug again. Boom. I'm going to take this washer off of there, because we don't need that guy anymore. Let's put our new one on there. Perfect. Work our way underneath here and pop it in place. And just take your time. You don't want to cross thread this thing. I always like to feel with my finger just to make sure there's no other washer on there. You never know if someone messed it up before and actually double washered it. I've seen so many leaks from that and people having to change their oil again because they did that. Now that's up in place. Grab just a little bit of brake cleaner here. Boom. Spray that down. Let that drip into your pan. You know what I'm saying? Everything's nice and clean under there. Pop it on the torque wrench. still set to 18.5 foot-pounds or 25 Newton meters. You go right underneath here, put it on my thing. Perfect. Hear that click? That means we're tightened up. All good to go. Now let's slide this drain thing out of here really carefully because it's really at the top. I have tons of paranoia, so I always torque it one more time. If you know, you know. Perfect. Now everything that I have underneath here, I'm gonna get out of here real quick. So let me move this jack out of here. Where this jack stand. Perfect. I'm gonna put this jack right into the middle there, jack it up so I can get that out of there. You see this guy right here? This is what you jack up on if you're trying to lift it up from the middle. But I'm gonna show you guys right now. I definitely recommend a block of wood on top of that, just to be safe. Jack it up just a little bit. Off the jack stands. Never be too proud to check underneath one more time. Make sure you didn't leave anything under there that could get crushed or damage your car. Alright, so one crazy thing I noticed in my BMW owner's manual, I could not find how much oil this thing takes. But what I found online is it actually takes 6.5 liters. So I got 7 liters here. That's what FCP Euro sent me, and that's what's in their kit. So I'm going to need to pour in this 5-liter thing, one of these, and a half of these. And then we should be all set. Then I think you got to drive it for a bit. Then you can check it. So let's go ahead and do that. Always turn this thing sideways too. It just pours much smoother, allows the air to get in there, and less like gurgling noises. So it's not so crazy on you. All right, 5 liters in, 6 liters in. Then we just gotta do half of this last one here. All right, so that was about half of that bad boy. Go ahead and take this guy right off of there. Grab your oil cap that you had sitting there where your hood will close. Pop that back in place. Perfect. Things tight. Make sure you didn't leave any tools or anything underneath the hood here. Now we're just going to reinstall the engine cover. Now that's all in place. Now we're going to hop in, start the car up. Fingers crossed, no leaks, nothing like that's happening. Alright gang, so if you know BMW, you already know you got to actually take the whip for a ride. So that's why it's always important that you pour the right amount in when you first do your oil change, because you got to take the car for a ride and then you can measure it. There's no dipstick on these. So I'm going to go take it around the block real quick and measure the oil level. So they use an oil level sensor inside of these cars. I don't know, overcomplicated for no reason at all, but I guess they've been doing it for a while now. So I gotta go take it for a spin and then we can see if my oil level is correct. So let's do that. All right, so now we're gonna try to reset this thing real quick before I go take it for the drive. So we're gonna put it in the on position, boom. Let it go ahead and do its little boot up process. Then we're gonna press this BC button over here, right down here, till we get to trip. All right, boom, I held that down now that it was at that screen. And then now it says reset possible. So now I'm going to hold it down again. And it asked me if I want to reset it. So now I'm going to press and hold it again. Boom, reset in progress. Boom, reset successful. Now I can let go of the button. It's telling me about my brake fluid, vehicle check, front brake pads, rear brake pads. All of your stuff is right here in this menu. And to get back, you should be able to just turn the car to the off position again. Boom. And then when I start it up, we're in a good spot now. All right, gang, that took a little minute because I had to wait for the car to cool down. Then I could check the oil level. That just took way too long just to check the oil level when you used to be able to just pull a dipstick out. That is one thing I do not like, but oil level's good. Here, let me show you guys. Oil level's all good. And just like that, I hope this was able to help you guys out with an oil change on your B58, 440, 340i, 540, all of those. So I hope this helped you out. 240. I ain't forget about you guys. I hope this video helped you guys out. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button down below. And I'm trying to put the links for all of the stuff that I used in this video down in that description as well. So I'll see you in the next video. It's your boy. We sign out again. It's your boy Top Chevy. Peace.